is always looking for the leaders. And I'm not talking just about, the major leaders, our elected leaders, our bigger community leaders, our official ones. We look for leaders in all aspects of our lives. But when the world is looking for leaders, are they looking to you? So here's what happened to me this morning. And as I go through the stories, try to pick out, what it was that was the leadership action and how that might apply for you. So this morning, I head out because I need something that's a little scarce to find. So I get to the store maybe 40 minutes before they open, and there's already like six other cars there. And everybody's waiting inside their car. They're not lined up at the door because it's freaking cold. It was like 40 degrees this morning, felt colder. The sun hadn't come up yet. It's cold. And everybody's huddled up in their cars, kind of looking around at each other, going, who's going to go first? Are they going to have what we need? Are they going to have enough for all of us? We know more people are coming before this place opens up. What's going to happen? And I look around, I'm like, this whole feeling of uncertainty ain't for me. I knew it was cold, so I layered up. I had all of my warm stuff on, and I got out of my car and took my spot first in line. And soon enough, all these other people come follow me and take their spots in line. And yeah, there's still a little shifty eye going on, but now we're all feeling like, okay, at least we know our position. We still don't know if they're going to have enough for everybody here, but at least we know where we stand in line, literally, and our chances of getting this thing. So I'm going to dive in a little bit more about what it was that I did that had me stepping into a leadership mindset to help others not, be further back in the line. I wasn't there to put anybody further behind. I was there to help empower them to step up and take control of their lives and the situation so that they could have some more certainty and move forward to their next level, whether that was with the thing that we all wanted or not. So, the world's looking for leaders. Are you ready to step up into that world? But before we dive in, who am I? If you're new to my world, welcome. I'm Dr. Vicky, gentle chiropractor for people as well as pets. I'm a Reiki healer and I'm a mind body coach. What that means is I share a whole lot about how the mindset and the skill set and the physical, mental, and emotional are all entwined. You cannot work on one without affecting the others. You cannot have a challenge in one without having a challenge in the others too. Which means if you're looking to upgrade something, you need to look at all aspects. I'm here to help you be your very best because when you're better, the whole world can be better. So let's all work on what we need to step up so that we can help others up as well. In a few minutes, I'll share some of the options of steps you can take so you can step into that leadership role in your world, whether it's a small role of just being the leader within your own very small knit community of family or friends, or maybe it's a bigger leadership role of something more official. But leaders come in all shapes and sizes and in all settings. And we're always looking for the leaders. So, what does it mean even to be a leader? What makes a leader? And I'm not talking good leaders or bad leaders. I'm just talking leaders in general. Because in any role, there's always a functional side and a dysfunctional side. So, no judgment. What makes a leader? A leader is someone who creates certainty where there is none. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a whole lot of uncertainty going on in the world right now. Like a lot. And we see in all aspects of life, people are looking for the leader who's going to help them establish some sense of certainty in this uncertain world. Yeah, and that can show up functionally and dysfunctionally. One of my favorite examples of dysfunctional leadership is the matriarch of the family, and we all know a few of these, who shows up as a leader but in a martyr sense of not, here's how I can help you move up to your next level, but it's, oh, woe is me. Look at all that I have to sacrifice and all that I have to give up so that you can be okay. We all know a few of those. Or it can be dysfunctional in a, I'm not going to empower you how to do this. I'm going to disempower you by telling you have to do this and you have to do this and you can't do that. So that's some of the dysfunctional ways it can show up. It can also show up functionally by the people who are there to empower others to figure out how to do it on their own because they've been there. You know, we're all going up this path, this journey to our peak potential, to the world at a better place at the top. And there's some folks who have been on that path and they're a couple of steps ahead of us. They're the ones who are going to help us up, not by giving us a handout, but by giving us a hand up, by pointing out, hey, I stepped here, it was a little rocky. I stepped there, it was more sure footing. And they help guide us so that we can do it on our own. Now, here's the interesting part is most of us, the vast majority of us, were conditioned to be followers. We were conditioned to look for those in an authority position for the next handout and permission to move up. It happened when we were in school where we needed to get that handout of a grade in order to move up to the next school grade. And then it turned into college where we're getting prepared to be an employee of someone else. And again, we need to get that grade. We need to get that handout of a pass so that we can move on and graduate and go get that job. And then for those of us who work under someone, now we're looking for that next handout of a paycheck so that we can move on to do whatever it is that we want to do with that. And that's okay. It's not our fault that we're conditioned to look for handouts. But those of us who are functioning at a higher level that are wanting to be empowered to do it on our own and not rely upon someone else, we're looking for that hand up. We're looking for somebody who has been there before, who can show us a way that we can get there and give us that hand up to our next level. So, what does it take to be that functional leader? It requires you to get uncomfortable. Physically, mentally, or emotionally. Uncomfortable in your skill set or uncomfortable in your mindset. So this morning, I had to get uncomfortable by getting out in the cold. But that didn't mean that I wasn't prepared for it. See, our dysfunctional leaders will get uncomfortable and then whine, moan, and complain about it and tell us how awful it was. Our functional leaders will go, okay, this is going to be uncomfortable. Awesome. How can I make this as easy for me as possible while diving into the discomfort? I knew it was going to be cold, so I was prepared with some layers. It was going to be fine. Maybe it's where our leaders need to admit that they're not quite sure, that maybe they're missing something in their skill set or they're missing something in their mindset. So they're going to go look for the leaders who are a step above them to give them a hand up to their next level so that then they can turn around and help the person behind them. So takes a little bit of discomfort. This morning it also took some of that mindset discomfort, that mental and emotional discomfort, not just the physical, but it took some discomfort of, okay, I'm going to be the first one out of their car apparently, and the first one at this door. Well, I know there were a few people here before me, but they're not taking action, and I'm not going to be reliant upon them to dictate my experience. So I got to get good with the mental and emotional aspect of what are they going to think about me? Because here's the thing. I've done the work to get to the point where I know that what they think of me is none of my business. And that does take some work because I was definitely conditioned otherwise. But what others think of me is none of my business because I am there to help them be a better version of themselves. And this shows up not just in my work with my clients, because I definitely want them to be better versions of themselves, but it shows up in all parts of my life, including being in that line this morning. I wanted people to have the best experience they possibly could. And as a leader, that means I'm creating certainty where there is none. They were not certain if they were going to get what they wanted. They were not certain where their position in the lineup was going to be. So I showed them that to get that certainty, they needed to get a little uncomfortable and get out of their cars and pick their spot in line. And then we could have some more certainty of where we were going to go and what we were going to experience together. So, how about you? What do you need to do to step into that leadership role? Are you ready to step into that leadership role and empower others to move up to their next level on their own journeys while you're moving up on yours as well? Are you there? Are you ready to give folks a hand up instead of leaving them reliant on others to give them hands out? Hands out? Handouts. Grammar. So, if you're ready to step forward into that leadership position and be the one that others look to create some certainty in an uncertain world. Yeah, it's kind of dark right now. They're looking for somebody who's got the light. They're looking for somebody who knows how to step out of what's got them stuck and help them move forward. If you're ready, you need to decide what you need most to up level within yourself. Where do you need to get uncomfortable? Is it somewhere in your physical? Is it somewhere in your mental or your emotional or your mindset? What is it that you need to up level? Here's a couple of options of steps you can take to get to that next level so that you are better equipped to help others up behind you. If you need to up level your physical, if you need to start walking your talk and showing up and performing with a body who's able to carry you into whatever adventures that you need it to do, into whatever mission and whatever you ask it to, without it falling apart on you. Reach out to me, give me a phone call, and let's see if Gentle Chiropractic Care is what you need to keep you in your peak condition so that you can be ready to help others and lead them by that good example of how to take care of themselves because you're doing it. You're walking your talk. You can give me a call at 636 751 3150. Or another option, if what you need to up level within yourself is more on the mental or the emotional or the mindset side, if you need to get right in your head so that you can help others move forward, if you need assistance in coming to getting good with what other people thinking of you being none of your business, if there's some mental block that is just holding you back and you keep self-sabotaging so that you're not moving forward, if you need assistance on the mindset, the mental, the emotional, handling the stress that's going on, because we're all handling stress, some of us better than others. If you need assistance on that mental, that emotional, that mindset, send me a text message and let's see if a Reiki session is what will help you, is what you need to move forward on that mindset piece so that you can be your very best. And let's see if either an in-person session or a virtual session is going to be right for you, because I want to keep you as safe as possible with everything going on too. Again, if you want to text me about a Reiki session, virtual or in person, send me that text at 636 751 3150. All right, let's wrap up. The world needs strong leaders who want to make this world a better place, because it's such an uncertain time and it's always going to be. There's always going to be some uncertainty going on. And that's where people look for the leaders, because the true leaders create certainty where there is none. It's time for you to step into that leadership role and show others the way to their next level. So until we get together again, I look forward to assisting you on your journey to your own peak potential. Bye now.